Welcome to Wild Sun Tarot. This is a monthly reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. This is for the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome, everyone. We will check in your energy for the future month. We will spread it through recent, past, current energy, and the future. And we will take a look into the area of love, money, and your health. Okay, so let's see what is the energy, recent energy you've been in, Sagittarius. Oh, the card for us now. The Seven of Wands. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Okay, more than usual, but we'll take it. Yes. So look at that. We have Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups, and King of Cups. Okay, so there is some hesitation, right? There is, I'm sorry, this is Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. There is some something you're trying to do that maybe you're a bit already on the fence. So maybe you're tired, you've been working or you've been trying to make something work and it feels like, it's already makes you feel very drowned and tired. Maybe you don't feel like you can take on the next challenge. That's your recent energy, okay, from the recent past. There may have been some conflict in some love connection, okay, can be romantic, doesn't have to be. So you feel like you're disconnected a little bit from your loved ones maybe at the time, maybe because you're working very hard on something, or maybe it's literally your work. Maybe you're taking on a new challenge and you don't feel quite ready to do so. So that may drain you emotionally as well. Feels though like there's someone very loving with the King of Cups. It's either you're very loving or the other person, and there is some love here. So even though you don't have enough space to take care of it maybe right now, there is still a lot of love. For some of you, it feels like maybe you've recently were trying to move something forward, something you're very passionate about, and you have a lot of ideas, there's this creative force with King of Cups, someone who wants to create, who wants to give, who wants to nourish some talent, but it may feel that you're not ready. Like you may feel like maybe you're not ready to face the challenges that come on this way, okay? So that type of energy. For majority of you, I just feel like there's something you've been trying to do, but for some reason it doesn't work the way you want, and it makes you feel sad a little bit, okay? A little bit disconnected emotionally, not fulfilled like you maybe have been before. Okay, interesting. We will go further in it. Let's see what's the current energy, how this energy transformed through your current life, current position. We have the Justice, we have Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords and the Justice are very similar for me because they're both usually represent a female figure, and they're both holding the swords. They're both relate to air signs, so a lot of speaking, a lot of messages, a lot of clear thoughts all of a sudden. And we have the Tower. Damn, got very serious currently. The Justice and the Tower. Okay, interesting. So it's very interesting how this energy currently is very serious. It feels like there's something that may have been crashing down, or there's a sudden change because of some truth that came out, okay? So there has been a change of almost like a reality for you, and it's either maybe someone told you something that for you was unexpected, or maybe it's a legal case. So if you've been battling a legal case, right here, like we see in the past, you felt like you're not prepared, maybe you felt like you don't have, you're tired, it's over, right? Maybe it's also can be divorce for some of you because you have ten of Cups in the reverse. It may be that some of you just went through a divorce right now, or you're currently going through it, and there's some like breaking points in the case. Okay, you may be getting money, the children, the property. There's a huge shift. For others of you, it just may be that there's a shift in connection, sudden change because of some truth you've realized, or you've been told, or you told someone. It's a card of justice, so it is justified. Like it's fair. Like something that it's not being fair so far, it's coming out, and it's being gifted to you in a way, and that can feel like a sudden change. It can even feel like a breakup. Okay, maybe even it is, or just like a change of connection. But it's necessary because there have been so lies underground. This was created on some false assumption, and they're coming out currently. With this Queen of Swords, it makes me feel like it's your energy, and you're very logical. You're very detached from your emotions, which is a huge change from the recent past, because I think like recently, maybe you've been trying to hold on to some feelings still, or the other person, and then you are trying to, I feel like this looks like trying to save something, like trying to save a connection, or trying to save, to fight for this love towards something. Can be a person, can be a situation, but currently, because of some truth, because you want to be fair, you want to be honest with yourself, with this Queen of Swords, something is crashing down, and it's impossible to back out from the tower. Okay, there's change, and you will not be able to pretend this change is not happening. And that's why maybe you shift towards more like a Queen of Swords energy, more logical, more like oriented in the reality in a very, very practical way, more than the King of Cups. King of Cups is a great emotional intelligence card. It's a great card of a romance, of a partnership, or of in general, like understanding your emotions. But right now, you're protecting your emotions, okay, from whatever is happening. You're protecting your softer side with the Queen of Swords. You're being very much protective and practical about yourself. It's interesting how she's like turned toward this tower, right, with the hand. She's like almost like, look, this has to happen. This shift, this change, it has to happen. And it also gives a different energy from the one in the past that is like being unprepared. It may be that this energy from the past is of someone else. So like there's an energy that maybe was with the Seven of Wands, this energy that felt like you're attacking them maybe, or like felt that they need to protect themselves, or they were unprepared for what you were coming with. And right now, the Justice shows who is actually in control of their own situation. And with the Queen of Swords, I strongly feel like it's you, okay? So even though if something is changing and it makes you feel anxious, it feels like you're protected by yourself, like you know what you're doing, which I like a lot. I like it a lot. Although it is sad, because it does makes me feel with this Ten of Cups that it's a break of some sort of partnership as well, okay? Let's see what's coming up in the future. Keep in mind, future is always something you can change, okay? So far, this is an intense month. Okay. The Hangman, Seven of Swords, the Hangman, and the Devil. Damn. Look at this energy. We have the Tower, the Devil, the Justice. Okay, so someone is breaking, for some of you, someone is literally breaking a very unhealthy dependent bond, okay? The Devil speaks about attachments that are unhealthy. Here you have representations of, again, I won't tell you this the fairy tale that is here, but we all know the story, right, of two children being trapped by the witch in the ginger house, right? So it's an unhealthy attachment, right? They're attached to the food. It also talks a little bit about the addictions, this card as well. But I think in your case, it is showing that there is some type of release you need to have from someone you're detached in a very unhealthy way. Someone can be lying to you, okay? And I'm very honest. I will not pretend. This is the Devil and the Seven of Swords. Someone is definitely lying to you or being tricky in a way. But it's interesting that it's showing up in the future, because in your current energy, it feels like there's some justice, there's some answers. So you are realizing what is happening. You're not clueless as you've been in the past, a little bit trying to save something that you have a lot of love towards. You're being very practical and very honest. So maybe it is that in the future, because you're changing your perspective, right, on the situation, you've noticing how maybe unhealthy on both sides this relationship was, this connection, this partnership, this situation you're in, that is very attached to you. Okay, so maybe by what is happening currently, right, maybe you've not realizing yet today, this month, there's some answers. There's some reality checks, there's the tower falling, but you don't realize why. Maybe you don't realize what went wrong, right? It's just this change that is happening. But in the future, it seems like you're uncovering a lot of hidden situations that showed you how unhealthy attached you were to this person, or this person to you, or this situation. You see how you couldn't be your own self, right? That you were limiting yourself, and that the other person was limiting themselves, and both you were both in this situation, right? Because it's always both ways, right? I won't tell you that someone is a monster here and someone is a pure good, because that's not existing. But you maybe at the moment it's hard for you to really attune to what is happening. So you, as with this Queen of Swords, you're trying to just be very strategic and protect yourself. But in the future, it feels like with the change of perspective, you will realize how this looked from the other person point of view, from yours, and what went wrong, right? Doesn't mean that it will come back, doesn't mean that it will end, but it means that you will get to more understanding in the future. And for right now, it feels like an energy of surviving, and you're doing it very well. You're doing it very well. You're stepping into your power, trying to be fair, right? But in trying to be fair, remember about yourself, okay? Because this change will affect a lot in your life. So let's see how this looks spread through partnership, your stability and your mental health. Okay, we have already King of Wands, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, okay, I love this energy for you, for your mental, but let's start with the connection. With the King of Wands, it can be that in this connection, there was a lot of passion, okay? Maybe this connection was, especially with this beginning that we have in the past here, there's a lot of passion, there could be a lot of attractiveness, and with the Tower, it often is, and don't be mad at me, that sometimes we base our connections with people on very superficial stuff. So maybe someone is adventurous, passionate, attractive, but in a long term they are unwilling to cooperate with you and create something stable. And it kind of feels like this, that this relationship, partnership, it was something that was very much adventurous and interesting, and there was a lot of passion, but there was a lack of maybe a lack of stability, or maybe just it was unhealthy bonding you to a lifestyle that just wasn't stable for you, or wasn't enough for you, or because you needed more from the connection than just the thrill, right? And in some way it just wasn't able to happen here. That's how it feels, okay? If this is not a romantic connection, it could be the same with friendship, right? Like this was just fun, no seriousness, right? No stability. If this is about your family, it may be that someone preferred to put themselves first than to think about the whole, okay? So think about you and children, or maybe a parent. So it feels like it was a very a bit too selfish energy, okay? Almost like I'm too young to be involved with so much responsibility, so I'll just take a step back, and that may, for some of you, led to the court case. For now, I feel like you won't realize what happened. The tower is here. It's in the current energy. So you just have to hold on and protect yourself. But in the future, trust me, you will notice how dependent you both were on each other, and how also, like, in a way, you both weren't there for the team. You were there for your own needs in a way. And, you know, maybe it comes from past wounds, but all this will come soon after this tower breaks, okay? Usually how it is, right? The realization doesn't come so quickly. When it comes to your stability, let's say this is about your work or your finances, you're looking for a job, etc. With the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse position, I feel like it's either you're not there yet, or you need to change. There needs to be like some shift from what you're aiming for, okay? So for some of you, it may be that you've tried really hard to step up in your career, to go on a different level that will satisfy you more. Right now, it doesn't feel like it does, especially financially, okay? So maybe you're not earning enough, you're not doing what you want, maybe you're fulfilling yourself creatively, like in creative way, right? But you're not getting enough recognition and money, and it is too much work. It takes too much of your energy to be paid this little. And in your current position, it may be that there's a huge change coming in. So you may be getting a new career, you may be getting more money, or there may be some legal issues in your current case that will shift your stability, your work, okay? I don't know, maybe the company is going down, or maybe the company was lying to their employees and you're getting more money from it. But honestly, I would save at the moment, because there's a lot of instability, okay? Don't be scared, but don't be reckless. Be very smart, like Queen of Swords. You need to really take care of your finances, and this is not a time to splurge. This is a time to save. This is a time to save. And when it comes to the future, it feels like you need to really focus or change your perspective on how you act with your money. So again, if you've been reckless with it, you know, investing or spending, there's need to be an understanding of how you're attached to yourself. It may be that some of you realize you have a gambling problem, because again, the devil is very much about the addictions. So you don't want to lose your money this way. Trust me, you don't. If you need to seek therapy with the Hanged Man to change your perspective, to understand some stuff, please do. And it may be as well that if you've been in a company or a partnership, someone may have been stealing from you, literally. Okay, maybe they've been stealing openly. Maybe you've been giving your money away, or maybe someone was stealing from you on the side, and that's why there's legal case. Okay, that's why there's a breakthrough here. I don't feel like you will keep losing money. I feel like it will stabilize, but you need to realize it. Okay, so right now, save. I don't feel money coming in for the moment of being, but I feel like you're stepping up, and I feel it very strongly because of this card that we have, Eight of Pentacles. It feels like you're changing, Sagittarius, and you're not giving up. It feels like whatever it is in your life, you're realigning the energy. You're trying to, you're putting like a stable plan to how to come out of your situation, whether it's romantic, whether it's money, whatever it is in your life. And it feels like your head is in a very good space. Okay, so I'm very happy to see Eight of Pentacles here in your health, in your mental, because it feels like Eight of Pentacles, you've already been through maybe emotional storm, and you're like on the track. You're like, okay, what can I do? You're making a list. You're making small steps every day. Okay, you're getting into routine. If you're not, this is something that can help you very much. Make a routine, okay? Be disciplined, and step by step it will come back and even multiply. Okay, so you're starting from like you're going back, right, from 10 to 8, but you're being more stable and more precise, and a good routine, once again, especially with this recent new moon that we have in Virgo, will help you a long time. Okay, and will keep this tower and this like a lot of change in control. So that's a good energy. Let's see some of the last advices for you, which you need to really do this month. 10 of Wands, damn. Okay, work hard. Work hard, but for yourself. Okay, so there's no there's no more giving out to people who take. Okay, whether in your finances, whether in your career, or whether in your love It's time to work for what you want to have for yourself. And again, this card very much from the Eight of Pentacles. This is just what I said. Like you're stepping in, you're working for your future. Okay, you're making you're being very active towards that, which is good. So you're not just, you know, closing yourself. You're not turning into someone who's passive, who's sad because of all this. No, you're being put onto track. So again, it's a very disciplined energy. Remember always with the Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, to not take too much on your shoulders, right? But to not also like, this is not a time to rest or to let it, you know, wait for something. This is a time to make progress, small progress every day, okay? So that's what you're focusing on this month, to work for yourself, to make your own stability. Honestly, it seems like very hard, very harsh energy, but it actually is very beautiful for you. It will help you understand how much power you have within you and how you can do it on your own, you know, without this devil energy, without this dependence on something or someone. It's very beautiful. For some of you, if you're leaving your career and you're like trying to start something new, because also gives me that energy, you need to be very smart about it. So once again, don't invest too much of the money you don't have yet, and make this list of little steps. It feels like maybe with this energy you're very focused on creating something, okay? So learn from the past and don't repeat past mistakes. You really want to be independent from someone, it feels like. So for some of you, there is this entrepreneur energy, and it's just ask you to be very wary of and aware of the law, and of and to watch out for those who want to trick you, okay? Like to want to steal. You need to be extra aware when you're doing it on your own. So get a good team, you know, like a lawyer, maybe someone who knows about the area you're trying to make. What do we have here? You're very close to achieving your goal. Beautiful. Oh my God, look. So, you know, the Tower, it's always like a blessing. So whatever is crashing down in your current energy, this is just a step to help you achieve your goal, okay? Very much, I believe so. Sometimes we really don't see what the Tower is all about, but the Tower is here to free you from this foolery, from this lying, you know, people surrounding this dependence. And it will be more work in a way, but it will feel lighter, you know, because you will do it for yourself and on your own terms. So very beautiful energy, actually. You see, there's a light here. And we have wait. No, I don't feel you should wait. We have wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. So I don't think you should wait in the month of September in a literal way. Like maybe for some cases, right, to unfold. Maybe for the Tower to come down. But I don't feel you should... Maybe you should wait for the big success you want to see, but I don't think you should be passive on your day-to-day, okay? So you're very close. You have to wait for that, you know, momentum, but don't wait in a passive way, okay? Be on your way, do your thing, and time will come that it will be profitable, okay? So in that sense, yeah. So for those of you who, like, for example, want to see the result already, it's not yet time, okay? You're very close. It's not the time to see the result. For now, you need to come from this Tower, but it doesn't mean that the results are not coming. They're coming, right? With this card, they're saying they're coming. You just need to wait a little bit. Maybe there will be some shift also near the full moon, because we have one soon. So look out for that. It will be very powerful. And yeah, and that will be the energy for today, okay? Sagittarius, a lot happened. I hope you're there. I hope you're safe and you're not scared for this month. It will be very intense, but it will be very transforming in a very good way, okay? Very, 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 a lot of veries. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you would like me to give you a personal reading to guide you a little bit more on this journey, you can email, you can leave the comment down below. I also do daily readings here on YouTube and TikTok, so you can follow that as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you with the new energy for the next month. Good luck.